What's up, everyone, and welcome back to, we are on, season 5, episode 1. So there we
Finally.
go. Listen. So for people who didn't we were like, at first we would do a certain amount of shows and we'd be like, okay, that's a season. And then we said, we're just going to start a new season at the beginning of the year. So
Every year.
Yeah, every year. So that's how that's going to go from now on. So we took a few weeks off for the holiday, and yeah, so there is that. And of course, Keisha's cousins have been out here acting a dang fool as usual, per usual. So
I mean, how could we be 7 days into the new year
it's been a
and
lot.
y'all just, I don't understand it.
I just don't get it. I mean, it was just like, damn January, damn day one. Since then, it's been just
I think y'all just said, to hell with New Year, New Me. You don't do that no more, do you?
Mm-mm.
You just gave up on that.
Yeah, because people know that's bullshit usually, so.
Oh my gosh.
Ciao.
People don't even try no more.
Uh-uh.
And that's the sad part.
Yeah, it's just like, it is
Effort
what it is.
of people is just gone.
Oh, there's no effort.
And but we've created a society where, hey, do whatever the hell you want. Who cares about people's feelings?
Yeah.
F you. I don't have to be a better person because you the problem. Like,
Right. That part right there.
y'all are smoking crack. Y'all getting high. I'm guaranteed that y'all getting high at this point. Everybody is getting high. Because the thinking cannot be the thinking of sane people.
No. Mm-mm.
Like, you're inebriated off of something.
Something.
Everybody has a drug of choice at this point.
Yeah.
Like, what is the deal, y'all? Pills, lean, fentanyl, harfentanyl.
It's something, girl. Let me tell you.
I know it was bad when y'all was using elephant tranquilizers, though. So
y'all just ready to take yourselves out of here.
I know
it ain't about a high no more. It's just like we just going to end it all. That's all that's all that's about.
God, the disregard. I don't know how we get it back though, because there is such a great disregard for other people that just even personally, I am a person like, I like to sit back and like people watch.
Same.
Even in my own life. Like when you're having like a disagreement with someone, or something comes up and you can see real time when they walk right into it. And I like to just stop, and I'm not disagreeing with you anymore after that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I want to watch and see what do they do. Because you know that you've stepped in it. Like they know it.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to just watch how the chips fall after that.
That's why I said I'm not, and the thing is, like, I'm not disagreeing with anybody anymore. It's just like, it is what it is. Just,
no.
Just like I can't remember what it was. And can we talk about COVID brain is real? Because I have just like, my short-term memory is horrible. So, yeah, it's bad. But I posted something the other day. I can't remember what it was. But, people were, of course, and it's fine. Like I post something, and of course, like I don't care if you don't agree, whatever, that's fine. But I'm going to post what I want to post. It is what it is. And usually, I would say, like ask them why they feel this way, or, sometimes, like, or it would ignore it. And now I'm just ignoring it. You feel, it's just like, it is what it is, because what did you used to always say? I'm not arguing with anybody who Harriet Tubman would.
Oh yeah, Christina. God rest Christina's soul.
Yeah, that's what
one of my classmates from Central State University. She said, "I'm not arguing with nobody that Harriet Tubman would have shot."
Yes.
She used to always say that.
That part.
Yeah, no.
And it's just not, and it's just like, time has gone on, as the years have gone on, I'm just like, y'all are just lost. It's just like, I don't know what it is. And I'm not perfect in any way. I have my, thoughts that people don't agree with and things like that. But
Mhm.
that's just, that's what makes the world go round. Everybody's
Right.
not going to, but it's just like some things y'all just say and do. It's just like,
Right.
damn.
Right. You know, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely rough. Something you just said, and I was thinking, um, gosh, you talking about COVID brain, my regular brain. Um, something,
Girl.
something you just said kind of prompted me to like, oh, you. So my motto for the year is I'm giving people exactly what they asked for.
That part.
Exactly what you asked for.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you ask of me, you can have it.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, you know, not to spill too much of my own tea, but we have a family situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been in control of the family situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been met with opposition at every turn. So my gift to myself was this year, I vowed to take care of myself.
Yeah.
Because I have let taking care of myself be not a priority anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, you got it.
Yeah.
You want it. You don't want me to be in charge. You can have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. And immediately it was, oh, well, I didn't mean, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. You said you wanted it.
Right.
How, it begged the question to me, like, how often do people believe that they are supposed to badger you,
Mm-hmm.
mistreat you, um, give you hell? We think people are supposed to take all of our crap.
Mm-hmm.
We really do.
Yep. And then when they
And
push back,
it
you're
doesn't
like,
work
wait a
that
minute.
way.
Uh-uh.
And I've been doing it with everybody.
Yeah. You have
Whatever
to.
the kid, everybody. With oh
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 no. Dude, stay there. No, stay over there. Do
Mm-hmm.
what you want.
Yeah.
Well, so then my mother comes back and says, well, you don't have to be mean about it. I said, whoa, 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 whoa.
Always mean.
I said, be mean? How is me giving you exactly what you asked me for mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow that.
Yeah.
I don't follow that thought. Oh no, people just want you to sit in the midst of, and they want this banter.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to give that anymore.
And and you know what? And you just made me think of something. I think what it is, they don't want the responsibility. They don't want the quote unquote burden, of the issues that are going on. They want to
Mhm.
perceive that they want, like they want to present it as they do. But when you're finally like, okay, I'm done, they're like, oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't mean,
Right.
for no, just like you said, no.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Because see,
that's the
even
word.
in me, quote unquote, because I never remember when you posted something a long time ago and was like, they were like, oh, why does the oldest child or whatever, why does she think she's in charge of everything?
Mm-hmm.
And remember, I got on my soapbox and said, we don't want the responsibility.
Right.
We have to have the
You have to
responsibility
have it.
because y'all irresponsible.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to do it. I don't know who told y'all that,
Right. But it's
but
just
it
like
is
it's
a
thrown on
lie.
you. Yeah.
Like it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And since you think that there's some importance to being responsible for stuff, well, you go ahead and see how important it is. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Go ahead
Yep.
and do it. Because it sounds like, child, I could write a book, and I'm not going
Listen.
to today. I could write a book.
Listen.
But look,
It's
one day
bad.
we'll talk about it in depth.
Oh
But
yeah, because we both have some things going on
just
within our
like,
families
my
that's just
God.
like, and the thing, like, I look at it like this. I try to look at it like this, but you can't. Like, when you look at the whole overall the family and the things that we do,
Hmm.
it's like overall in the situation, we're still a child.
I'm not even I'm not the grown one. Like, I mean, I'm grown,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
I'm not the,
But
like,
we have
I don't want to do
elders.
it.
But
I don't want to do it.
right. So why is everything being put on me? Like you said, that's a whole nother show for a whole nother
That's
day because we could,
baby,
girl,
baby, listen,
listen, we gonna go there one day. It's just gonna
baby.
happen because,
Oh, child, because it be rough. It be rough.
listen,
You know. But you know what I do when I get in tough situations? I had a serious issue yesterday.
mm-hmm,
I wouldn't call it a real argument, but it was a serious disagreement. And I I've come to a place, and as crazy as I talk, this is gonna sound really crazy when I say this. But it's gonna sound real super churchy, so bear with me.
okay,
But I have come to a place where when I get in really tough situations, I'm always asking the Lord, like, pull me higher.
mm-hmm,
Like, I feel that this could spiral out of control. I feel that if I move in myself and move in my flesh,
mm-hmm,
it's going to be a mess.
right. I feel you.
I
I
can
feel you.
feel it. So immediately when I was met with this situation yesterday, I was like, pull me higher, Lord.
Mm-hmm,
Separate me from this situation. And today, when it came up again, I thought to myself, I have come to a place where arguing with people is not really arguing with people. It's more of an opportunity for me to say, now, Lord, why did you bring me to this place?
mm-hmm,
Like, why did you bring me to this situation? Because I believe you're supposed to get something out of even disagreements.
right.
You are supposed to learn something about you. Oftentimes, we approach disagreement as a place to criticize the other person that we're disagreeing with,
Mm.
to belittle the other person that we're disagreeing
Oh
with.
yeah.
And this ties into kind of everything that we're going to talk about today, even with the Katt Williams situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, we get into disagreements with people and we take the opportunity to belittle one another.
Yeah.
And I come out of disagreement and I ask the Lord, like, separate me from this thing. I want you to call me higher because, you know, what am I supposed you want me to learn something. Like, I can't believe that every situation is not a learning experience
Mm-hmm.
and not a way. I know sometimes we say learning experience and then we come away and say, oh, that's why I don't fuck with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, no. What is it teaching you about you? We, I hope, and it don't look like it because y'all 7 days in acting a damn fool, but I hope this year that you would start to be in situations and say, what is this telling me about me? Like, let's start taking a internal look because we've been arguing with each other for 1,000 years. I think it's time to kind of, like shift gears and
Mm-hmm.
be like, how the hell can I fix me?
Yeah.
Because I done did a lot of telling you what the fuck wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's time for me to say, hey, how can this benefit you to learn to be slower to speak with your words? Listen to people more. Like, what is this telling you about you? Baby, I don't know if we there yet. I don't know if we
Nah.
gonna get there.
Yeah. It's
I
really
don't.
sad. Yeah, because
It's like we take pleasure in belittling people.
oh yeah.
And that shit is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice, you don't see a lot of white people doing that. And I
No.
hate to make it a black and white thing. Mel Gibson acted a damn fool on the side of that highway. People don't remember that.
No. It's just like
He
it
acted a
happened
damn
and
fool.
what? Yeah.
But guess what they did? Took him back.
Mm-hmm.
White people didn't care.
Mm-mm. Wasn't no
They
cancel,
let him
nothing.
say whatever. And he went on with his life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know. It got to be some plantation shit. Now,
You know
I
what?
believe any of this traumatic stuff come from slavery.
Yeah, it's just things that have been handed down, handed down.
And
That's just what
we
it
just
is.
haven't taken, again, we don't take the introspect to like say, we think, oh no, and no, you ain't gonna try me, and we just go off the rails. The way we treat each other is not natural.
No. And that's why I say, like, I think we talked about this before or something similar to it. It's just like, until we get on that page, nothing's going to change. And I just don't see us getting on that page because you always have a group who's against this, who's for this, who's against that, and it's just like, it's just never.
It's the Kanye West effect.
Yeah.
Like I say with Kanye, once you see people are that way, it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't gotta belittle him every other day.
Just let him be.
Stay away from him.
Yeah, that's it.
Quit taking him in. Right. Quit listening to that until he get. But see, what's happening? Honestly, we don't have a standard in society anymore.
Oh no.
We in any realm of society. Prime example: Pastor William Murphy at the Dream Center in Atlanta plays swagging and surfing.
Yeah.
In the sanctuary. And I ain't gonna even give my opinion, but
I'm just gonna say that you can swag surf. Look, you can swag surf all you want. You could have played the clean version. That would have been, a little different. But
let me tell you this: where is the standard at?
Oh, there's
that
none.
We don't play rap music in the sanctuary. We don't play any secular music in the sanctuary.
Oh, there's none anymore.
That standard.
Oh, it's gone, girl.
That's
gone.
What I'm saying. We don't have a standard of living as Black people. As Black people, we are told we just supposed to accept everything.
Yeah.
And we go along with that. And if you set a standard, then you being judgmental.
Oh, girl, you just made me think of something we could talk about.
Living. It doesn't mean that I hate you or I think you're a horrible person. I just don't agree with the way you live your life.
There you go.
I don't agree with those decisions.
And that's fine.
And that's okay. But now in society, that is not okay.
Yeah.
Now you are forced to accept everything. Because I think you'd have to be crazy if you thought it was appropriate to play rap music in the sanctuary.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know on what day that
like you said, there's no standard anymore. But I'm so glad you brought that up because I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this or not. But okay, so remember they had the situation at Tamar's show where James is that his name? Yeah. Him and, he got supposedly injured by Chrisean because she, went off and everything. So someone in Tamar's camp, I don't know if it was Tamar or not, but someone released the backstage footage of what led up to it. Did you see that?
No.
Okay. So what happened was, and this is really good because both of us grew up in the church and we know how important prayer and prayer circles are. So that's what started this.
Oh, I did see the video of her walking into the prayer circle and she went right beside Tamar and held Tamar's hand.
Yeah. So, and this is where people had the issue with, they don't people who don't understand how important prayer and prayer circles are. Now let's take celebrity out of it just real quick. You have Toni Braxton. We're not even going to go into the living legend part. We just have Toni Braxton, the church girl who grew up in the church, who grew up in the church.
They all church kids. All them.
And Tamar.
James.
Tamar. Yeah. They're standing, the sisters are standing right next to each other and they're about to have prayer. You know for a fact that when prayer is going on, you don't move. You don't move. You stop where you're at. You don't go in between people. Yeah, and you be quiet. If you're off on the side, if you're just walking in the room, you stand there in that doorway and you bow your head if you're going to pray. So what happened was, first off, Chrisean, they were getting ready to start prayer. Chrisean goes right in between Tamar and Toni to grab their hand. So that was mistake number one. Now, granted, maybe she didn't know. I'm going to give her that. Maybe she didn't know. So Toni, this is what set Chrisean off. Toni, didn't grab her hand. Toni's old school.
She don't know you.
She don't know you. And then
she not holding your hand in agreement
exactly.
and no prayer. You could
Thank
be a
you.
devil for all she know.
Exactly. So that's what actually set Chrisean off. And I
But
guess,
that's on Chrisean.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So, but of course, people are coming at Tony, and Tamar was like, Tony ain't going to reply, which we know she ain't going to. Tony don't give a damn what nobody got to say. So, but
And
she,
this goes back to accepting anything.
mm-hmm,
This
yeah,
goes back to what we just said.
that's why I wanted to bring it up. Yep.
You expect her to just, y'all, we have the right to say, my spirit does not align with you. I feel something a little
I
off
don't
here.
know you.
I'm not going to link hands with you.
Right.
So y'all mad because somebody don't want to hold somebody's hand. Can I just ask what y'all so angry about? Can we discuss
Because they don't
that?
know.
Y'all waste time talking about everything else except who hurt you as a child.
That part.
Explain your trauma to somebody.
That part.
Get a therapist.
And the thing is, like, people were explaining, like, you don't do this in a prayer circle. You don't do that when prayer is happening. You just sit, like you said, you stop. So, of course, people, and I'm gonna say, like, maybe people didn't grow up in the church. Maybe people didn't grow up, with a praying family or prayer and things like that, so they don't know. But why not take what people are saying who grew up like that and who understand prayer and the importance of prayer and all of that? Why not just listen to them instead of saying, well, Tony was just being a diva and she didn't want to hold her hand and everything like that? Why not listen to why Tony may not have done it? Why not listen to why James may have went off a little bit? Because it's just like, that was rude, and it's not etiquette.
Here's the problem. Again, what did I just say? We need to take time to look into ourselves instead of and this is why I know people hate my opinion here, because I like to look at both sides. This society has become very one-sided. And I like to look at both sides. Like you said, let's look at why Tony did what she did.
Right.
Let's look at a way that Chrisean should have governed herself. Y'all don't have no reverence or respect for God or for prayer or for none of that. And because you don't respect, because from where Tony was probably sitting, it's like, oh, you ain't got no respect for the Lord. Like, oh, you don't have no respect. Let me stay away from you.
Yeah.
Let me, I ain't holding your hand.
No. Right. Like, no, but of course, instead of people just, trying to learn something, like, you don't do that, they're, fighting against it. Like, oh, well, almost like Chrisean was justified in what she did.
Yes, because we live in a society of young people, especially, who are not accountable.
Right. And you're not going to tell them what they're not going to do.
It's the parents. Well, let's follow the vine to the root. It's the parents. Y'all are raising kids who are not accountable for their actions.
Who have no respect for anybody.
They have no respect because they don't respect y'all.
And y'all think it's cute. Some of y'all think it's cute because we've seen y'all's posts.
I just posted a video this morning of a girl saying, I'm glad. She's 23 years old. And she was like, I'm glad that my mama didn't raise me the way that they did. She said, my mama didn't let me go nowhere. Can I go? No.
Can I go over somebody's house? No. I don't know.
Can I stay out late? No. Oh, she got brothers over there? No.
Okay. Right.
She said, and I can tell by some of the stuff some of y'all do, oh, your mama didn't keep you in the house. She said, I knew when I saw my mother take my 6'4" brother, who was 200 or something pounds, to the ground, I knew not to play with that lady.
Listen.
Like, y'all play, and I posted, y'all kids play right in y'all face, too. Like, what is wrong? Are y'all scared of them?
I think so.
Call for help. Y'all scared?
I think so. They talk all tough, but y'all really scared of these children. And to a point, I can't blame you because they crazy. They're different.
Y'all scared of these kids?
Yeah, they scared.
Oh my God, that's a scary thought right there. Because kids is out here going, like, getting in trouble. I had a whole conversation a couple of days ago about academics and sports, and then how we don't do our kids justice because the GPA to play is like a failing GPA.
Oh
In
my
my
gosh, it's
opinion.
terrible.
It's quote unquote not actually F's, but it's not a GPA that you can sustain a college
Mm-hmm.
life with. And, or I should say, a college a academic life on a university's campus.
Right.
Um, and whoever I was talking to, we were like, I said, when they do kids a disservice, and parents, why would you let your kids play a sport with a 1 point anything average?
Mm-hmm.
That don't feel weird to you?
No.
Oh God.
Well, just like I remember when they shut everything down, the kids were doing homeschool, and we first started working from home and everything. I remember like they were interviewing kids on the news, and they were saying like, well, there's really no need for me to do homeschool because if I can't play football or if I can't do this, there's really no need for me to basically go to school. And I was just like, oh, so that's your only motivation, which is fine.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying like if that's your motivation to get to school is because you want to, be a football player, or you want to be a basketball player, great, but you still have to do the work.
Yes, and see that is not. I still say no, it's not, because your first primary reason for being here is to be a student.
Mm-hmm.
Sports is just, they call those
Extracurricular,
extracurricular,
yeah.
extra.
Mm-hmm.
The education is the primary goal.
Right.
And if your kid is not making the primary goal, why would you reward them with extracurricular activities?
Mm.
That's like acting a fucking fool and not doing good in school, and then your mama let you go to the movies. Why would I do that?
Right.
Why would I do that? Why would I let you fail and then let you go skating? My
Because
mom would have beat me with a skate.
listen, but
If I
some of
thought to
these.
go up to USA North with D's and F's, she'd have hit me with the skate because
Okay.
I asked.
Like, oh yeah, we can go up there. Let me grab a skate real quick.
Like you even thought that you was gonna be able to go?
Listen.
She gonna hit you because the thought came in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You knew better
those
not to even ask.
you
Like.
better not, we knew.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's missing. It was something in us internally that was like, oh, I just got a C,
Mm-hmm.
got a D, a D. You
Yep.
know what? I better not ask. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. I'm supposed
And
to
we would
sit
be
here
in
in
the
my
house,
room and
and we
listen to
would be
music.
quiet as a church mouse,
Mm-hmm.
just in case
Right.
she knock her ass out. Like,
Like she ain't gonna know I'm here. She knows I'm here, but she ain't gonna know I'm here.
but she ain't gonna hear me. I'm gonna be
Exactly.
so quiet. Hey, these kids be out here getting bad grades, acting a damn fool.
Uh
Teachers be calling their house. Kids be in the house loud as hell.
yeah.
Still got their TV in their room. How do you still have a TV? The
TV, video
TV,
games, rocking Jordans, and just everything. I
bro,
mean,
the TV was the first thing to go.
listen,
How do you still have a TV?
child.
Hey, y'all, listen. Me and my friend was talking, and I said, I am so glad that we grew up when we did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, just to think that I would have been amongst these heathens. Oh my God.
I'm scared.
It wipes me out every time I think about it.
Ooh, could you imagine?
I praise God for 1980.
Mm-hmm.
Because baby,
Listen.
mm, mm.
I say we grew up at the right time because we still had, like the baby boomers, reaching us, the generation. I can't ever think of the name of our grandparents' generation, but them, like that generation, was on us. I mean, it was just like
Oh my God.
we had the older generation X, like our aunts and uncles, who, may have been born around that time that, reared us and, did things for us and guided us in certain ways. I mean, it's just like,
But and I would
ooh,
like to say, like, because I think sometimes they might feel like, oh, well, y'all they have it like we. Listen, the same drunk uncles y'all got, we had them too.
listen.
The same crackhead uncles y'all got,
Uh,
we got them too.
oh, yeah.
Like, but we respected everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We showed people respect.
Yep.
Age was the respect
Oh,
factor
yeah.
in the time that we grew up. And I think people are due a level of respect because of age, because God has granted them the grace to live.
Mm-hmm.
they are due a certain level of respect.
Oh
But what I
yeah.
be now is like, oh, I ain't gotta respect you just
Mm-hmm.
because. Oh, hey, look, I remember my grandmother was on a job once. This was many moons ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she quit because she said, "I know my temper and I know myself." She said, "I don't have to respect you just because you old, you
Oh.
old bitch." She said that was it for me. I walked away.
Oh. See. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So I mean, that's when you can tell the shift.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it is crazy. Like I think older people are due a certain level of respect,
Oh
but I was
yeah.
also raised that way.
Yeah, I mean, there was no question. It was like even if that older person is rude as hell and mean, you still show them respect. Like to an extent. You don't have to kiss their butt, but
Can
you
I just
just
say, I had alcoholic clients who used to piss on themselves and come in my damn office. I still used to call them by they
Mhm.
Miss whoever,
Okay.
Mr. Blank,
Right.
Miss Blank. Like, and I had somebody who I worked with was like, "Why you be calling him? I ain't calling him." I said, "But they're older than me. They're
Mhm.
regardless of what their situation is, regardless of how they've lived their lives and what they've gone through, they are due a certain level of respect because they're
Right.
older than me. They
Right.
are my elder, regardless if I agree with their lifestyle.
Mhm.
I'm still a kid compared to them.
Thank you.
What business do I have to say to them, you whatever?
Mhm.
No, I still owe them a level of respect.
Yep. And that's out the door now.
Oh yeah, that don't exist. Mm-mm. Kids don't respect their damn parents.
No, so what makes you think they're going to respect us as anybody
And they
older
don't
than
respect
them?
their parents, and parents be out here buying them shit like, whoa, baby.
Mhm. Some
Uh-uh.
some I've heard some parents basically say, like seriously tell their kids that, you don't have to respect anybody but me. Now what kind of shit is that? Like not your teacher, not any adult. It's just
And
like
that's
you
why
just
they keep calling your ass at work.
exactly. And then you get mad at them talking about, well, they're not my responsibility when they're at school. Child. See, look.
That's why they keep calling you on your job
Mhm.
because you told them that.
Yep.
And I would suspend them every time.
And every
Come
time
get them. Come get them.
you deal with them, even though
Hmm.
you ain't going to, because you're just going to let them do whatever they want while they're suspended at home, but
Absolutely.
child.
That's what I be saying. How the part that's really like leaving me speechless. I didn't know you could just do whatever you wanted to do at school
Mhm.
and you still got rewarded.
Right.
My room has been stripped down. Like my mother, this is old, but my mother used to take my stereo. I had a stereo with a double cassette player with the speakers and a record player on top.
Mhm.
She has come and unplugged that. She has
Okay.
taken, I had the TV, the 13-inch with the VCR attached to it.
Uh-huh.
So she has carried that right on about that room, and I had a
Listen,
clock radio in there. And
child.
I only had that because I had to get up for school.
Yep.
Like, sheesh,
I
my
mean,
God.
it's a lot
Mm,
it's
mm,
so
mm.
different.
Now you go ahead and say what you want to say about Katt Williams, because you
Oh.
know
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So, okay.
we had to have a pre-conversation about
Yeah,
this.
with like
We
when
had
it
a pre-conversation about 3 4 days ago.
yeah,
No,
when it
3
was
days ago
fresh. Yeah, when it was
when it was
fresh.
fresh.
So, I mean, and I still feel the same way. I think that, he I have a problem because I don't like cuz it is almost like snitching to an extent.
Hating too, hating.
Oh yeah, it's definitely hating to an extent, but also I have to look at it at a fact that I mean at the point to where this is his career
Hmm.
and he feels that he has been slighted, he feels that he has been, judged for certain things, he feels that
Hmm.
he has been, so he has a right to protect himself, but the question is, do you take down all these people with you? And I say to an extent, yeah. Because and I gave you the example of and okay, and I'm gonna say something too. Well, first, I gave you the example of things that have happened to me at my old job, and even at my new job.
Hmm.
Where like people can say, oh well, she's not doing this, so she doesn't deserve this promotion. This really happened to me when I got my first big promotion there.
Right.
You know, and so I've
But then I
had
think that is you. You feel that way because like that is a personal feeling that you've had because you've experienced it. But
right,
I think in his situation, because I don't want you to parallel yourself to him. And I say that because you are completely, and I'm not talking about the celebrity level. I just
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is going to sound weird, but you are like a good person. And I'm not calling him a bad person when I
Mm-hmm.
say that. But what I'm saying is, a few years ago, Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish did an interview at the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Hart was very clear when he said, you fucked your own career up, Katt.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the right to come and downplay Tiffany Haddish and say whatever you say about her not being a good comedian.
Mm-hmm. I
He said
remember
she did
that.
20 years in the game.
Yeah.
She earned it. Whether you believe she earned it or not,
Right.
she did.
I agree
He
with
said,
that.
you didn't show up. You chose drugs over showing up for work on time. And
Mm-hmm.
you became a liability to the studio. And this goes back to what I said about people not being accountable for their own actions.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at him say these things, I feel like I get what you're saying. Like, you personally have been in this situation. And I
Mm-hmm.
think most, especially if you're Black, I feel like we all have been overlooked for a promotion for whatever reason somebody would give.
Right.
But the difference between you and him is you show up every day. You are
Mm-hmm.
responsible. You do what you're supposed to do. He did not exhibit that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want you to parallel yourself to him because you are light years ahead of him when it comes to responsibility.
Right. I
Let's
got
be
you.
honest. So I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was wrong for what happened to you, and people do it.
Yeah,
People do
definitely.
hate on people at jobs and be like, "Oh, we gonna overlook him because he ain't on our level," or whatever the case
Mm-hmm.
may be, or whatever reason people give. But in this situation, I still feel like, like when he was on the radio show with, is her name Wanda?
Yeah, yeah,
Frankie
yeah.
and Wanda? And
Mm-hmm.
he was like how he had no convictions for drugs or something
Mm-hmm.
he
He
said
said he
to that
had
effect.
so many convictions but no felonies, something like that.
Or yeah, or I've been arrested, but no, cause something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, how many crackheads do you know that ain't been arrested? I was trying to figure out, and people was really jumping on that bandwagon like, oh, he ain't never had no record for drugs. That don't mean
That don't
nothing.
mean nothing. Yeah, now that doesn't mean nothing. Yeah.
Like, do you know how many addicts? Listen, I got an addict in my family who done called the damn police on somebody else. Like, what are you saying? That don't mean
Right.
nothing.
And it ain't just drugs. It's like there are tons of thieves out here. I know one personally who stole from me, and she don't have no felonies or nothing like that. So
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
people to jump on that bandwagon, it was weird. Like, now come on, y'all. Eric Crackhead, crackheads in your family right now. Eric Crackhead ain't y'all got
right,
to come on with that.
right.
Right. That was not a strong argument to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him to say, this was the two things I had with it.
Go ahead.
For him to say, funny face, light skinned women, nigga, you used to
Oh,
fuck Hazel.
I
Are you
mean,
kidding me right now?
and we don't even remember what her real face looks like. So let's not go there.
You used to sleep with Hazel. And you out here talking about a funny face, light skinned woman? But see, this is the stuff I'm saying. It sounds like what's the memes y'all be sharing? Um, uh, two people, the only thing y'all got in common is that y'all hate another person.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it feels like. Oh, you don't like Steve Harvey? I don't like Steve Harvey either. Let's go talk about him together. Oh, you don't like Martin Lawrence? I don't like Martin either. Let's talk about him together. You can't stand Ricky Smiley? Me either. I'm gonna tell you about them niggas. Like, come on, like y'all, come on, y'all. That's all it feel like.
Yeah.
I don't like him. You don't like him. Oh yeah, what dirt you got on him, man?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all. And let me tell you why I don't want to engage in shit like that. Because I don't want y'all telling my secrets.
Right.
Because listen, all of us got skeletons
Hell yeah.
way deep down in the back of the motherfucking closet. And
Mm-hmm.
please, don't go looking for mine. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, don't look for mine.
Mm-mm. Now I am going to, and I'm gonna tell a little personal story here that I was going to do in a story time, which I still will.
Mhm.
But for people who don't know, now when it comes to the joke stealing and stuff like that, so for people who don't know, like what you probably don't if you haven't listened to my original podcast, but I did do comedy, like, real seriously at one point, like, in the
Right.
early 2000s. So, like, I mean, I was on, like, a touring troupe and everything like that. I even went out to LA for a little bit, so it was like, I was really serious into this.
Right.
And one of the things that really turned me off from it was joke stealing.
Mm-hmm.
So it
And Bernie
happens.
Mac said clearly that they do that. They
Yeah,
do.
and it happens. It's something that happens, and we've been seeing all these clips. I posted a clip just right before we started recording about it was they're saying that Cedric stole another clip, and it was from Designing Women, where
Mm-hmm.
Meshack Taylor's character is telling this story, and then the next clip is Cedric the Entertainer telling the same story.
Bernie Mac said, "Don't. I'm gonna tell you something." He said to you new comics,
Mm-hmm.
they got him, and he was backstage. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was King's Comedy, but he said, "I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't y'all do y'all's material around those." He said, especially
If
a
they're
season comic.
uh-huh.
Don't do your material. He said, "Cause we gonna take it."
Yeah.
Look, even himself, he admitted it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "We gonna that's funny." And
Yes.
next thing you gonna know, you gonna see it on
You're gonna
stage.
see it on stage, and because they have a bigger crowd, a bigger, following, it's
Yeah.
gonna be bigger with
He
them,
said,
and
and
that
it's first come,
happens.
first serve.
Yeah, so it's like it's sad that it happens, but it does, and it's just a part of. I mean, I've had people on social media
Thank you. Come
that
on, because I was bringing that up next. Go ahead.
that have like I've said something, and they turn around and post the same thing.
I have watched y'all. Now, for every one of you who sat on there
Come
and
on
had the
now.
audacity to be pissed off about Cedric stealing that man's joke, I have literally watched when people have shared something with the color background, like, on Facebook, when
Uh-huh.
it has, you niggas will type it out. You
Yeah.
won't even screenshot it and like edit and like repost it. No,
Yeah.
no, no. You will physically type it out
Mhm.
like it was your
Like it was
words.
yours. That
And y'all
drives
got
me
the
fucking crazy.
audacity to be sitting around here talking about somebody stealing a joke. Y'all niggas steal memes all day. And this is what I'm talking about. It's the thinking. Y'all's audacity is getting higher and higher.
That's
I hate to
it.
see where it's going to be in
Oh,
2026.
it's gonna be. Oh, girl, we're gonna have to
Cause shit,
duck and
it was
cover.
high last year.
Yeah, and it's just
And
and it's
y'all coming in the dough of the year on bullshit.
7 days in,
Oh my God.
girl.
That's the part. And I had those two things. Those were the only two things from the interview that really struck me. You
Mm-hmm.
out here talking about a funny face, light skinned woman, and you was fucking Hazel. Her
Yeah,
face
no,
is
I
the
didn't like
funniest of
that
them
at
all.
all.
And
Yeah.
y'all was in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then you talked about joke stealing. And I saw everybody like, oh, reposting the clip of him stealing Cedric's joke. And I thought to myself, y'all be on here stealing people's memes word for word and
Mm-hmm.
typing them out like they your
Like they're
own.
yours,
But see, who gonna hold you accountable? Who
right?
gonna call you to the carpet?
Because people have been posting that for years. I posted something about it the other day, and then a lot of people reposted it. Not I mean, I reposted it from somebody myself. About people like in 2024. Let's stop stealing. Retyping memes like they're your joke or whatever. I mean, I've had people who how sometimes I don't really do it that much anymore because I usually just repost something else that somebody else did. But like if I come up with something on my own, like I would put my little signature on there.
Oh yeah, like your watermark or
Yeah, my
something.
watermark. So there were people that would crop that out. And of course I got blocked and deleted and blocked. But it was just like, now if I do that, I have to put like the watermark within the joke, or
Yeah,
within what I
yeah.
wrote, so it'll be on there just
Oh yeah,
like
because they'll crop your name out.
yeah, and I'm just like the
Hmm.
audacity to like that's really the audacity.
Yeah, they'll crop your name out. So
Yeah.
they don't care. But this is the irony for me is those same people, and that's why I said in this year how I just watch people like people watching.
Mhm.
Because when you see people do the very thing that they were just complaining about,
Mhm.
that's when I stop talking in the argument.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
when I look like, let me see what's
girl.
gonna happen. When you realize that you are in the very place that you just accused somebody else, what does it feel like?
Mhm.
How
Well,
what's the look on your
I
face?
think some of that is either like it's deflection, or because you're doing the shit because you've been doing it for years, or too, it's just like to be in on the joke. Like, there's some people who, now let's just keep it real. There's some people who, like they'll post a joke or whatever, something like that, and it's something like about them, but it's like a deflection. Like, let's just say someone posts something about somebody being fat. So they're
Oh
going,
yeah.
so
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
they're going to post, those type of jokes or whatever, and, but it's
Those are
just
the
like,
jokes I've never. Yeah, you're right because I have said that to you like a few years back. Like,
mm-hmm.
now tell me why. That is always weird to me. Like how you could be a plus size person and then like post jokes or make fun of other people who are overweight.
Yeah.
Baby, you hate yourself.
That's what it is.
You
You took the words
definitely
right out of
hate
my mouth.
yourself.
That's what it is. Yeah. Yep.
I just that always has like been
Mhm.
like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm just like,
And I
really?
mean be like that be the majority of everything you post.
Mhm.
And it's like, God, dog,
It's
baby,
like
you need a
everything you
therapist. I'm gonna tell everybody
complete.
this year,
Yeah.
get some therapy.
Girl, just this is what you do. You take that phone number
Yeah.
and you just put it on, like a Canva little thing, and you just every
Mm-hmm.
time somebody does something, you just post it. You don't even
Slide
have
it
to
to
say
'em.
nothing. Just post it. Just post that phone number and be like, here you go. Cause
Cause
woo,
it's getting rough out here,
it
man.
is.
It is. Well, I think this is a good place for us to stop. I think we
Yeah.
have caught up for the new year
Yeah,
and,
girl.
you know, praying that you all finally make a resolution that you stick to because day 7 is looking bad.
It's
But,
looking
it's all
bad.
time to turn around.
Whew.
So, thank you, season 5, episode 1. I hope you guys have a great week and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.